What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XPR network today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it. All right, it's the 4th of July. Happy 4th, everybody. Here we are at about $003, 6 hours, 47 minutes left in this new day here, or this old day, I suppose. It's a new day for me. I just woke up. I'm looking at this here on a daily time frame on the RSI. We do have higher highs in the RSI while maintaining lower highs in the price. We're at a point in this little sub area of a consolidation phase where we're at kind of the areas of resistance that we found, areas of support even, areas of support back here. We likely do reject and we come down, right? Everything's looking like it wants to go down a little bit today. So, and I would assume that we do continue to drop probably into the great big beautiful bill, the one big beautiful bill being signed. Looking at this on a 1 hour time frame. I like the 1 hour RSI. It is volatile. It is very volatile. You know, getting overbought, getting oversold, getting overbought, getting oversold, getting overbought. We're probably going to get oversold. That'd be my guess. But overall, lower lows in the RSI. You do have lower lows in the price right here, technically. MACD. The MACD, if we can blow it up. Building some bearish momentum. Looking at this here, I think you go a little bit lower. You find support at the 0 line. That's very common, actually. Like here you found resistance at the 0 line. Here I think you'll find support at the 0 line. So something that's, you know, you're at 0.03069. You'd probably go to something that's not too much lower than this right now. Let's look at this from a relative low to a relative high. Yeah, 0.00301, 0.0292, something in that range would be what I expect. 1 hour stochastics look bearish. RSI, I think we get resolution once we're in the oversold zone, yeah? And just because you're oversold doesn't mean that you find your low immediately, right? You got oversold here, and you did find your low. You got oversold here, and you did not find your low. You had a lower low after that. So don't get discouraged if we go a little bit lower after getting oversold on the 1 hour RSI, okay? But I would think you don't go any lower than 0.029. If you do, it's not a big deal. Who cares, right? But that would be like the lowest I'd give you that I would think you go to. 4 hour time frame here. I think the 4 hour looks bullish, you guys. Absolutely it does. If you kind of think of this as like a relative consolidation phase within this overall like kind of consolidation phase, this weird like volatile price action that happened there. Up and down, up and down, up, and consolidating. You're doing something different. I think you will be breaking out of this zone soon. You're just going to come back down probably to these prior areas of resistance. Check back at support. Where is that? That's at 0.003. We're saying 0.029 at the lowest. So that, I mean, that just makes a lot of sense to me. And then you'll be moving up higher. I would assume as we're zooming out, we're probably getting more bullish readings. Yeah, very bullish on the 4 hour stochastics. The RSI is more bullish than bearish, but still neutral, I would say. Still neutral. The MACD is bullish as well, so 2 out of 3, you know, 1 neutral, 2 bullish. I like it. I like the way it looks. Definitely assuming that you go up here sooner than later, right? Over the hours to come, maybe even over the couple of days to come, maybe you go lower over the weekend, stuff like that. But over the weeks, over the months to come, you've got higher prices in mind. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if by the end of July we're ripping and running, you guys. We're back up to probably not even by the end. Actually, we'll be at higher prices by the end, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if we were up above this high by the end of July. But at least 0.0516, 0.056, something like that around that area, the golden ratio. We're probably looking at this as like an overall consolidation range, right? We were focused on this range for so long on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame, but looking at this on the daily time frame, this is like that lower half of this overall consolidation phase that you've been in, right? Since January. Yeah, since January. You moved down, and now you're moving sideways, and whenever you move sideways, you're transitioning to go up, right? And it's kind of like a double bottom relative to this. I'm not going to include this in the analysis. I think this is like, think of it as like a lower low, and then you're rounding out your low here. When you round out your lows, you tend to see some very bullish price action take place. So it wouldn't surprise me in the least if and when you get to 0.03929, whenever you break above that area there, if you see some kind of explosive behavior, and maybe it's explosive going up there even, you'll probably do similar things as to what you're doing now, right? Consolidating at the top of this consolidation phase. You'll move up here explosively, like you moved up here relatively explosively. You'll consolidate for a little bit, and then end of month you should be rallying. I would think at least the golden ratio is where you'll be, if not higher, right? But I do expect, with the way this looks, at this moment, I would expect that you do stop at 0.0516 to 0.056 some point in July, consolidate from there, and then maybe by the end of the month you're at higher prices. I don't know if you're at new all-time highs by the end of this month, but this thing does like to rip. So don't be surprised if it does just I say new all-time highs. I meant new relative highs. Don't be surprised if it's ready to impress. 1.1 cent to 1.65 cent is the primary target zone. So that's where I think you'll see some initial resistance, and you'll probably through August be working your way up into these areas that are like 2.25 cents at a minimum to 5.2 cents at a maximum. I don't really know how to draw this appropriately because when this thing moves, it just moves at one pace, and that pace is very, very fast. Seems like if you name your coin with an X in it, it only knows how to move at that 10x speed. I don't know. It moves very, very fast. The expectation here, again, if we're taking this high to this low, should we take that low? Is that the fake out low? That's a fake out low. We'll take this low. I would think I would switch the targets up a little bit because I think I got a little overzealous putting it here. I would think that we go to about 2 cents to 4.5 cents. That sounds more appropriate. Again, I don't think that we're going to get to 5 cents by the end of August. I think inevitably we will. We will see new all-time highs and all that stuff, but probably consolidate around this area. And then we'll begin to move up going into the end of the year. That's when we should see new all-time highs and stuff like that. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said everything I need to say. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. All right, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.